Hello, it's a lovely day for late November. Not quite up to the level of the beautiful scenic videos that the Walking Kev does. But I've been thinking, so his videos where he explores the gear available for less money and how the gap has shortened between that and the high-end stuff has had me thinking about was there ever any philosophy to me buying gear or not, or whatever. So I thought I'd share and try and expand on that. Now, obviously, gear as a subject is enormous, so I thought I'd just stick to rucksacks to start with. So there's a selection here on the table, and we'll run through in chronological order. You could probably find reviews and technical specs on these elsewhere, so I'll not bother with that. I'll just talk about how I came to these things in the first place. I didn't buy them all myself. So 44 years ago, 30-litre Berghaus Cyclops guide is cutting edge. I'm 12 years old, just joined Scouts, and my dad has over-equipped me. I now know, years later, he's put himself to considerable expense to send me off with the best thing in terms of both technical specification and whatever to send 12-year-old me camping. And obviously you've got these 5-litre pockets you can put on the side. 2 years later, we're back in the shops again. Bearing in mind this is the 80s, early 80s, so rucksacks at this point are about £1 a litre in purchase price. Obviously that equation's broken now, but back then that was more or less it. Laser 62 I used for a number of years. I modified a bit, and the design philosophy for this involved a moving hip belt. The hip belt slid up and down on these rails and was only held in by the clicky things. Not good. Came off. Never mind, but good lesson for me. I did try and screw it in at one point, but that didn't work. So I get to the point now where I'm a bit older and I'm spending my own money, so I can drive, we're going away, we've got cars, so all the stuff for the weekend goes in the bag, and I only need a bag to actually go out and do the physical things that we're going to do. So this is a Berghaus Limpet. It is called a Limpet because basically when it's full, this huge looking thing here is basically one giant compression sink strappy thing with 4 attachment points for your shoulders and your hips. You put it on, nothing's going anywhere. We get a bit more adventurous, and we're doing things like Scottish winter climbing and going to the Alps and so on and so forth. And at this point, I've just bought myself the very pinnacle of the available equipment. Carrymore Alpiniste 45 plus 10. This is basically it's the dog's bollocks available at the time. It's still fully functional now. I can still use this now, and I'll get on to why I might not in a second. But this basically was I'm in use for maybe 20-25 years. It's that dependable, that good, that versatile. This is a rocket pouch from a Combat 95 set. So my mate Steve and I, because he bought one as well, went to the Southern Alps in New Zealand, and I managed to burgle sets of these. So we had them either side, just made them big enough for us to be able to do overnights in New Zealand. Very remote places. And then we get a bit older and run out of money. And so this is a Ketcher, so Decathlon, own brand, 30 litre. It's got a little very small internal zip pocket, but it's basically just what it is. And the thing is I still use this now, and I've used it for foreign holidays because obviously it fits in the cabin baggage things. Obviously all those day trips with the kids, and also my day hikes with my friends, because obviously now we're all a bit older and have all got growing children, that we're not going out and doing the high-end exciting mountaineering trips that we used to. So there's these. So this is still in use, still goes out and does that. Now, I'm feeling a bit sorry for myself. Late last year, and I went into Outside in Hathersage, and I was talking to a guy about mountaineering rucksacks, and basically I bought myself this as a statement of intent. This is the Rab Ascender 35 to 40, so you can look it up online. It's got fantastic reviews by Rab anyway. But this is sort of a statement of intent now. It weighs half, literally, of what this weighs, empty. So that's the primary driver for me buying it. Because obviously I'm now older and less fit than I was. If I do ever go anywhere near winter mountaineering again, I've got something. It's a bit of a prop, if you like, I suppose, in a way. It also is a little bit of a driver for me to actually now go out and make those trips. You know, I've spent that money, I've made that investment on buying this thing. I don't want to end up in my wooden box and never have used it. At the same time, I went out and bought this. The Osprey Stratos 26. Again, there are lots of reviews online. I think even Kev's done a review of this. 26 litres because it's not 30 litres, so I'm trying to limit how much I'm carrying. You've got all the hydration pack stuff, obviously, and a trampoline back, because if I'm walking and not climbing, I don't need the figure hugging stability that this has. I'm more concerned with being comfortable, and obviously the little hip belt pockety things for tennis balls and poo bags and dog treats and stuff like that. So there we go. That's just a quick canter through 44 years of rucksacks and why I ended up selecting these things. I mean, this one's not actually 20 years old on its own. I had one before that, a grey and green one, which I managed to leave on a train full of everybody else's possessions. So not good, but yeah. So, and then that just got straight replaced like for like, and obviously the new one was black with the orange trim. But yeah, I just thought I'd share a little bit of the philosophy behind why I've ended up with this kit. I have no idea whether this is interesting or not. But yeah, it's where my thought processes took me, having watched a lot of Kev's videos about the stuff that's available these days.